Meanwhile, his comrades had prepared the repast, had got some water from a spring, spread out the fruit and bread, and cooked the kid. Just at the moment when they were taking the dainty animal from the spit, they saw Edmond springing with the boldness of a chamois from rock to rock, and they fired the signal agreed upon. The sportsman instantly changed his direction and ran quickly towards them. But even while they watched his daring progress, Edmund's foot slipped, and they saw him stagger on the edge of a rock and disappear. They all rushed towards him, for all loved Edmund in spite of his superiority, yet Jacopo reached him first. He found Edmund lying prone, bleeding, and almost senseless. He had rolled down a declivity of 12 or 15 feet. They poured a little rum down his throat, and this remedy, which had before been so beneficial to him, produced the same effect as formerly. Edmund opened his eyes, complained of great pain in his knee, a feeling of heaviness in his head, and severe pains in his loins. They wished to carry him to the shore, but when they touched him, although under Jacopo's directions, he declared with heavy groans that he could not bear to be moved. It may be supposed that Dante did not now think of his dinner, but he insisted that his comrades, who had not his reasons for fasting, should have their meal. As for him, he declared that he was only in need of a little rest, and that when they returned he should be easier. The sailors did not require much urging. They were hungry, and the smell of the roasted kid was very savory, and your tars are not very unceremonious. An hour afterwards they returned. All that Edmund had been able to do was to drag himself about a dozen paces forward and lean against a moss-grown rock. What? Did Dante just break his back? What the fuck just happened here? Hold on. Oh, wait, that was such a breakneck turn from what we read yesterday. I feel like I had to go back and I'm like, did I miss a page? What just happened? Okay, here's what's confusing me, is why does Dumas choose to tell this moment not from Dante's perspective, but from the perspective of the shipmates? You know, like, okay, let's go to our way of visualizing this by talking about it cinematically. You know, if this is the movie, we've been with Dante as he's looking at the marks, you know, insert shots of the rock and the little thing on there and moving the moss away, etc., and the close up on his face as he, you know, absorbs this information and a little bit of hope and belief and energy to keep going forward. Then we cut to back to the beach. You know, we do a little establishing shot of the goat being rotated on the rotisserie over the fire, and then the guys, you know, around the campfire are all, you know, swigging out of the rum bottle and licking their lips because they want to eat that goat. And then you see a very wide, extremely wide shot of the cliff faces, and you see Dante bouncing around on top of them. Someone from camp shoots the flare off, and Dante sees it, but in doing so, just keeping in this extremely wide shot from the perspective of the camp, you just see Dante slip and fall out of frame. It's only when Jacopo rushes up against him, and, you know, now we cut to maybe a shaky handheld, you know, POV shot from Jacopo rounding a rock and coming across Dante, and we, you know, reveal Dante lying there prone on the ground. Why did Dumas choose to tell the story this way and not through Dante's perspective? What it does to me, this is my experience here in reading it, is like, am I to believe what I'm seeing? Like, I almost, it's like when you don't see someone die on screen. I know I've used this metaphor before, but like, if you don't see someone die on screen, you can't believe that they're actually dead. So I have a similar vibe here where it's like, because I wasn't in Dante's experience when that happened, can I really believe what I'm seeing? But from what we are seeing, let's go through the details there. It says, he found Edmund lying prone, bleeding, and almost senseless. He had rolled down a declivity of 12 or 15 feet, so about a story and a half he fell. Then, outside of the being prone and bleeding and almost senseless, it says Edmund complained of great pain in his knee, a feeling of heaviness in his head, and severe pains in his loins. So, pulling that apart, like, okay, Edmund can't be faking the bleeding, but he could be pretending to be senseless. He could pretend to, you know, complain of these pains. I don't know. There's just something I don't trust about this. It's so weird. I cannot figure out why Dumas would choose to tell the story this way. I think that is married with the idea that Dante's like, Oh yeah, no, it's right. I just fell off a roof of a house, but well, yeah, go eat your food. Go eat your food. I'll be here. I'll be fine. I just need to rest a little bit. Put I'll rub some dirt on it and I'll be fine. And weird that the comrades are just like, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Let's just that our cure-all rum has done its job once again. Our magic medicine, the alcohol, has brought Dante back to his senses. So yeah, let's go eat. It smells so good. It smells so good. You gotta eat it when it's hot. You gotta eat it when it's hot. It's rude. It would be rude not to eat it while it's hot, right? So you're good, right? Just you'll prop yourself up, you'll rest a bit, and then we'll come back and we'll all have full tummies, and we'll be able to help you better. We'll be able to help you better when we've got the energy having eaten. It's a bizarre series of events that are happening here. I don't know that I have much to add to this. I'm just kind of bewildered. This is a bewildering passage. And I kind of just want to move forward into tomorrow's episode so that I can get these answers as to why Dumas did this, and what it could actually mean if we're to take it for face value, or it's deception. I don't know. So let's just keep going. Meet me here tomorrow. Let's figure this out. Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.